A naked-eye comet is coming next week. Comet A3 is brightening. Get ready for a cosmic spectacle next week. Comet C 2023-A3, Tsuchinshan-ATLAS, is making its way toward the inner solar system, and it's brightening fast. Soon, it could be visible to the naked eye, a rare treat for stargazers. Comet C 2023-A3, simply known as Comet A3, is gearing up to light up the night sky, potentially dazzling stargazers in late September and early October. This celestial visitor could be bright enough to be seen without a telescope, making it a must-see event for both casual observers and astronomy enthusiasts alike. Following in the footsteps of April's 12P Pons Brooks, dubbed the Green Comet, and the unforgettable 2020 Neowise Comet, A3 is arriving in a year already rich with astronomical events, including April's total solar eclipse and May's most stunning auroras in over 2 decades. Current projections suggest that Comet A3 could reach a brightness level of magnitude 2 or 3 by late September, when it makes its first appearance at dawn. As it transitions into the evening sky by mid-October, the comet could even surprise us with an extra burst of brightness. Thanks to the forward scattering effect, where sunlight reflects off fresh dust released during its perihelion, the point when it's closest to the sun, some astronomers speculate it could momentarily glow as bright as magnitude -1, rivaling the brilliance of the brightest stars. Comet A3 is no ordinary celestial body. As it brightens and gets closer to the sun, it has the potential to become one of the most spectacular comets visible in recent years. Its journey is a reminder of the mysteries lurking in the far reaches of space, and soon we'll have the chance to witness one up close. Mark your calendars and prepare your stargazing gear. This could be a once-in-a-lifetime show. Of course, comets are unpredictable, and while we have a good idea of what to expect, they can be full of surprises. The light curves that astronomers use to estimate their brightness offer a useful guide, but nature often has its own plans. Here's everything you need to know about when and where to catch a glimpse of Comet A3 during its much-anticipated journey through our skies this September and October. Comet C 2023-A3, also known as Tsuchinshan-ATLAS, hails from the distant Oort Cloud, a vast reservoir of icy bodies at the edge of our solar system. First spotted on January 9, 2023 by the Purple Mountain Observatory in China, it was independently rediscovered on February 22, 2023 by the ATLAS project in South Africa. This cosmic traveler is set to reach its closest point to the Sun, known as Perihelion, on September 27, 2024, skimming just 0.39 AU, around 36 million miles from our star. At that point, it could become a dazzling sight, visible without the need for telescopes or binoculars. The discovery of Comet A3 came after a bit of cosmic detective work. On February 22, 2023, the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, ATLAS, detected a faint object with a magnitude of 18.1, located a staggering 680 million miles from the Sun. Little did astronomers know, this was the same object the Purple Mountain Observatory had spotted weeks earlier, on January 9, 2023. However, at the time, the comet had been lost, removed from observation lists after no follow-up detections were made. Fast forward to December 2022, when the Zwicky Transient Facility, ZTF, at the Palomar Observatory captured images of the object again, revealing a condensed coma and a straight tail, key indicators of cometary activity. This sealed the object's identity as a comet and led to its official naming after both observatories. Despite some buzz suggesting otherwise, this cosmic traveler seems to be doing just fine. In fact, Comet A3 is steadily brightening, right on schedule, with no signs of disintegration so far. Back in April and May, when the comet's glow dimmed unexpectedly after a bright winter, some astronomers were worried. Zdenek Sekanina, in his July publication, Inevitable Endgame of Comet Tsuchinshan-ATLAS, C 2023-A3, speculated that the dip in brightness could be due to the comet's nucleus starting to crumble. But other comet experts had a different take. They attributed the March brightness surge to a phenomenon called the opposition effect, similar to what happens when the moon is full. When a celestial object lies directly opposite the sun, its surface brightness can appear to intensify from our perspective on Earth. This effect temporarily gave Comet A3 a glowing boost, but once it moved past this sweet spot, it naturally dimmed. From late May to July, as the comet's orbit took it farther from Earth, it continued to fade, leaving some wondering if something was wrong. But now, as it draws closer to the sun again, the comet is regaining its brilliance, steadily brightening as it nears its moment in the spotlight. So far, there's been no photographic or visual evidence that Comet A3's nucleus is crumbling. Its light curve remains steady, suggesting a spectacular display may be on the horizon this autumn. That said, perihelion, its closest approach to the sun, can be a dangerous time for any comet. The intense heat and gravitational forces could still cause a breakup, but for now, all signs point to a fantastic show coming our way. Comet A3 is shaping up to be a cosmic spectacle, possibly showcasing not just one, but two striking tails. One tail is expected to shimmer white, made of dust particles, while the other may glow faintly blue due to ionized gas. Even better, the comet's positioning in the inner solar system could work in our favor. Thanks to a phenomenon called forward scattering, where light is reflected more directly toward Earth, the comet could appear even brighter in the sky than usual. In late July, French optical engineer and avid photographer Nicolas Lefaudot shared some exciting visual simulations on the comet mailing list, predicting the comet's upcoming fall appearance. According to Lefaudot's projections, the dust tail of Comet A3 could stretch an impressive 30 degrees across the sky by October 9th during the comet's solar conjunction. If you're in a dark sky location, you might just catch a glimpse or even snap a photo of the top third of the tail rising above the horizon as the sun dips 20 degrees below. I'm ready with my camera for that opportunity. For the full scoop on what to expect, check out his simulations at Comet Tails Simulations. Here's when and where you can catch a glimpse of Comet A3. Northern Hemisphere, Step 27th, October 2nd. Around Step 27, Comet A3 will be at its closest to the Sun, also known as its perihelion, making it visible about an hour before sunrise. But it won't be easy. The comet will hang low on the horizon, sinking a little more each morning. So if you're in the northern hemisphere, set your alarm early, find a clear view of the horizon, and try to spot it before it disappears from view. Southern Hemisphere, prime viewing around September 27th. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you'll get a great opportunity to see Comet A3 around the same time near September 27, just before dawn. During its perihelion, the comet will shine brightest in the constellations Leo and Sextans. Keep your eyes to the sky during those early morning hours for the best views. Northern Hemisphere's second chance, October 12th. Missed it in the morning? Don't worry. For those in the Northern Hemisphere, the comet will make a reappearance in the evening skies around October 12th. After emerging from the sun's glare, it will be closest to Earth, about 44 million miles away, so no need to panic. You'll find Comet A3 in the constellation Ophiuchus, glowing faintly in the western sky after sunset, gradually fading as the month goes on. In short, whether you're an early riser or prefer stargazing after sunset, Comet A3 offers multiple viewing opportunities. Just don't miss your window. To catch Comet A3 at its most brilliant, timing and location are key. When it's visible in the morning and evening, look for spots with clear horizons, facing east for its early morning debut and west for its October evening spectacle. As the comet drifts away from the sun into darker skies later in October, heading to rural areas will give you a much clearer view. Consider visiting a designated dark sky place, or use a light pollution map to find a perfect stargazing spot near you. Clear skies and wonder-filled nights. As we conclude this virtual odyssey, we invite you to like and subscribe to our channel to embark on further cosmic explorations. With every click, you elevate our pursuit of knowledge and contribute to the collective understanding of our universe.